Somebody else is also missing. Missing. Well, just to check out. The ones I don't have are Lara Espinosa, Jasmine Falconi, Vilma Fernández, Martín González, Florencia Jiménez, Santino Jorge. No, Cecilia. No, I don't have you, Cecilia. Guadalupe, Guadalupe, I think. Guadalupe, are you there? Guadalupe Lipschitz? No. Elena Rodríguez. One or me 22. Somebody else I don't have. Somebody has not got their present.
Do you have 22, Jose?
Naim, maybe he wrote.
No, Naima.
Isn't it because there's two Magdalenas?
Yeah, I don't have a camera on.
Probably.
Sorry, I was distracted. I don't have a camera on my computer.
Okay. No, okay. Now everything is right.
Sorry,
no.
sorry.
Come on, I want to get you. I was going back and forth to check. Come on. Okay. Well, never mind. Okay then. So let's see. Today we have to correct. Today is our last class before the exam, right? Okay. Next week we will have our exam. Okay. So let's see. And what is it that we have to correct?
Assignment 17, 18, and 19 assignments.
Fine. Okay. Manager. Let's start to check them out. Okay. Remember that when you have to analyze an extract or a sentence, so you need to pay attention to the meaning in context. You need to recognize what the whole extract is about in order for you to be able to understand it. In this one in particular, I think in number 17, there are a couple of things that we still don't know how to analyze, okay? So we'll have to skip them, because remember that we skipped number 16, right? In number 18 or 19, I don't think that will happen, okay? Well, let's start with the very first sentence, the 17, which is, he left the room very worried. Type of sentence.
Simple.
Yes, the subject which is he, pronominal phrase, head pronoun. And then all the rest is the,
Predicate phrase.
and the predicate, the head is, which is a, then there must be a, which is
The room.
actually
No.
noun phrase, there must be a head noun, and in this case, a pre-modifier determiner. Okay? So was it good? Just stop me, do interrupt me if you have any questions or any doubts. Okay? What about very worried then?
Adjunct of manner.
Yes.
And its vocatory.
Adjectival phrase.
Adjectival phrase, because there is a head and the pre-modifier other. What? But careful with this. You know, adjunct or whatever, let's say manner or whatever, okay, will never be adjectival or adjectival phrase. So, one thing that you need to remember is not only the things that are possible, but the things that are not possible. This will never ever exist. Okay? Remember that. Now the question will be, okay, if not this one, then what?
An objective complement.
Okay. Not exactly. Let me tell you something. There is a clear correlation between what we can have in English and what we can have in Spanish. Okay. No goodness. Okay. In particular, you must hear in Spanish some things such as predicativo subjetivo obligatorio, predicativo subjetivo no obligatorio, predicativo objetivo, and the other is circunstancial de, okay, right? The labels that you must have heard in Spanish. All right? Okay. Let's see what the correlation between them is. By the way, you know, all of these things that are called in Spanish predicativo, okay, have to do with the category. Meaning, predicativo is something that is adjectival o nominal. O sea, el predicativo en general, esta P de predicativo tiene que ver con, en cierta forma, una parte de la categoría. ¿Ok? ¿Es adjectival o nominal? ¿Ok? Pues un adjectival phrase, una nominal phrase, noun phrase, something like that. ¿Ok? Now, The equivalent of this predicativo obligatorio is the one that in English we have as the subjective complement. Okay? The equivalent to the predicativo is which one?
Objective complement.
Yes. Yes. Objective. And the equivalent to the circunstancial de modo is what we have in Spanish, in English, actions of manner. Okay? Now, the next question is, what is the second? Okay? What you call the second case, which is rather infrequent. That's why so far it hasn't appeared in the sentences that we haven't seen, I guess. Okay? Let me give you some examples in order for you to understand their meaning. If I say, I don't know, could be. Let's see. Well, for example, I don't know. My brother child. You very well know that child is an adjective. Okay? In this case, it refers to the subject and is required by the verb is. So this is what we have called subjective complement adjective. They should well know. Okay? Now, if I say, for example, my brother brother painted the wall, right. Okay. The wall is the result in which white is the result in which the wall is now. It refers to the adjective. Okay, so this is an object complement adjective. Okay. If I say something like my brother painted the wall quickly does not refer to the wall, but to the way in which the action of painting the wall took place. Okay? It's an actions of manner, which is an adverb. Or for example, let me give you another example. painted, what about if I tell you, my brother painted the wall fast? The same. Fast or quickly, okay? Compare, for example, with my brother is fast. Okay? What happens here? Let's say, in number 4, fast in number 4 is an adverb. So this fast in number 1, which is an adjective. You understand that? Can you see that? Very well, absolutely sure.
Yes.
I mean, how can you tell? Well, there is one thing that we can do, for example, because after all, you will become translators. So, translate the first sentence, my mother is fast, into English.
Ano es rápido.
Okay, rápido can mean that he paints quickly and he does everything, kind of quickly. Or probably, in some other context, beware of my brother because you know what, my brother is. Okay, right? Mi hermano es rápido, cuidado, no dejes nada cerca. No, o sea, okay, I'm warning you against my brother, probably, okay. Digas que no te avisé, mi hermano es rápido, ojo, donde pones el celular, ¿sí? Okay, right? Okay, well, compare with my brother painted the wall fast, quickly. Okay, this is an adverb. It refers to the way in which the action of painting the wall took place. How can we tell? Because remember the substitution test. What about if we change my brother for, let's say, sister? Sister, or my brothers, or my sisters, okay? Remember the substitution test that we've seen, okay? For example, if I say number 1, my sister is fast, for instance, ahora es, mi hermana está cansada o es rápida. Okay? If I make this other change in number 4, mi hermana pintó la pared rápida, no. Pintó la pared rápido. O sea, ven que el adverbio en castellano no cambia. El adverbio en castellano es invariable. ¿Se ve la diferencia? ¿Sí? O sea, eso es algo que más de una vez pueden hacer, fijarse a ver qué pasa. ¿Está? Ponele que digo, my brothers are tired, my brothers are fast. Mis hermanos, o mis hermanas, a lo mejor en otro contexto, my sisters, son rápidas, ¿ok? O son rápidos. Ven que el adjetivo en castellano tiene inflexión por el plural o a veces inclusive por el género, ¿ok? Con el número y género. En cambio, si yo digo en la número 4, mis hermanos pintaron la pared rápido, o mis hermanas pintaron la pared rápido, no es rápidas, no es rápidos, es rápida. ¿Estamos de acuerdo? ¿Se ve la diferencia? O sea, porque yo puedo tener la misma palabra, tanto en inglés como en castellano a veces pasa, ¿sí? O sea, por ejemplo, fast puede ser, en inglés precisamente, puede ser un adverbio como un adjetivo. Más rápido, en inglés, in Spanish, can be un adverbio o un adjetivo. So far so good? And you need to recognize the difference between them. Okay? Now, so these are the ones that we have seen more than once. Meaning, if it is an adjective, and this adjective is necessary piece of information, okay? And it refers to the subject complements. Necessary piece of information, because paint the wall white. Bueno, una cosa la pintó blanca y otra cosa la pintó amarilla, la pintó azul, la pintó el color que sea, ¿sí? O sea, la predicación, lo importante aparece en eso, en el color. O sea, no es que la pintó simplemente. ¿Sí? ¿Ok? En la número 4, digamos, el adjunct se puede sacar y no afecta el significado de painted the wall. ¿Está de acuerdo? ¿Ok? Bueno. O sea, por eso nosotros dijimos bien clarito, sí, el adjunct es additional information. Ahora, what about sentence number 2? Let me give you some example for number 2. What about if I tell my brother painted the wall tad? What happens in English? Okay, in English you can have this construction, meaning what here the sentence is telling us that my brother was sad when he painted wall. Okay, third is an adjective. Okay, now third, does it affect the meaning of painting the wall? Not necessarily. It looks like an adjunct, meaning you can take it away and not affect the meaning. I could have just said, my brother painted the wall. Okay? Well, so it is like an adjunct in the sense that you can take it away. But it's not an adjunct because it's an adjective. Okay, so it must be something else. What is this one? Quasi predicative. QP, it's an adjective here. Ouch. Quasi predicative. And quasi predicative, also predicative, you will find it in the book in chapter 5. Okay? Quasi-predicative QP is rather short, okay? It's much easier for us to write down. And this is precisely the equivalent of what we have in Spanish, predicativo subjetivo no obligatorio. ¿Ven que es? O sea, ¿por qué subjetivo? Porque se refiere al sujeto. ¿Por qué no obligatorio? Porque lo podría sacar y no me afecta el significado de la acción. ¿Sí? Ese es el que en inglés llamamos quasi-predictive. ¿De dónde viene el problema? Where does the problem come from? Because, you know what? We tend to think of a sentence, you know, such as como, but como can be in English how or what is like or what was like. Okay? In English, we have only one word for those expressions. Okay? Cuando yo te pregunto, ¿cómo hizo tu hermano la tarea? Y la hizo, qué sé yo, con cuidado, la hizo prolijamente, la hizo, no sé. Pero también me podría decir, cuando yo digo, ¿cómo hizo tu hermano la tarea? Y la hizo apurado. O la hizo, qué sé yo, con atención, o la hizo cansado, la hizo borracho. Yo estoy corrigiendo al Chen, pero ¿cómo hizo tu hermano esta tarea? Si está todo mal. No, está drogado, me decía. ¿Sí? Ok, pero drogado, borracho, cansado, son adjetivos. Ahí me estás diciendo el estado en que él estaba cuando hizo la tarea. La forma en que realizó la tarea. ¿Se entiende? ¿Sí? Ya no puedo tener las dos cosas, ¿sí? Y cuidado con ese cómo, ¿sí? Porque el cómo recibe esas dos respuestas. Okay? In English is kind of clearer if I ask you, how did your brother do his homework? Then what I'm asking you, in what way he did it. He did it quickly, he did it tidily, he did it whatever. As opposed to, what was your brother like when he did his homework? That's another thing. Okay, right? You see that? Yes.
Can these only be adjectives or adjectival phrases, or can they be something else too?
The qualificative.
Yes.
It can also be a noun phrase or a noun, okay?
Okay.
But not an adverb. Not
Okay.
not an adverb phrase, not a PP,
Okay. Thank you.
right? Yes, good point. Okay. And adverbs, adverbial things are adverb, adverbial phrase, adverbial clause, okay? Or let's say a PP, okay? Predicative things, on the other hand, are adjectival things, meaning adjective, adjectival phrase, or noun, noun phrase. Okay. But is it clear? You see the difference now? Which is precisely what we have now in the case of he left very worried. You very well recognize that very worried is an adjectival phrase. Excellent. Then remember that if that is an adjectival phrase, for sure, that one is gentleman. Okay? But a quasi-predicative in this case. Okay? It
So,
doesn't.
in a way, they look like an adjunct, but
Exactly.
they are not like.
Yes, exactly. No,
You.
that's correct. That's correct. They look like adjuncts in what respect? Because can he take away very worried? Yes. I could have just said he left the room. The meaning of left the room does not change. In that respect, yes, very good. It's like an adjunct. Okay? But the moment we recognize that this is adjectival, for sure, it's a manner. Okay? Because remember that the adjunct of manner is the one that refers to the way in which some action was carried out. Okay? Remember that. Meaning what? If you're about to write down, from one, adjunct of manner, think not once, but twice or thrice, or even 4 times. Okay? Remember this chart that I've shown you here, okay? Right? So as to discard the other possibilities. Is it clear? It does not appear very frequently, mind you. The qualificative does not appear very frequently, but okay, now it can appear. Okay? Well, okay. So for the is it clear? Okay, let's go on with the following sentence, which is the news that Mr. Johnson received. Let me see whether I can make it. Let me see if it fits the same line. Okay, just. So the news that Mr. Johnson had received a course in the morning was not encouraging. Okay, that sentence is what type?
Complex.
Complex. Very good. Okay. Complex. So this is a subordinate clause, which is that Mr. Johnson had received that call Saturday morning. Okay. All of this is, which is a noun phrase. Here we have a head noun and a premodifier determiner. Okay?
The subordinating clause is up to Saturday. Or it includes morning.
Yes. Saturday morning. No, sorry, my mistake. No.
Ah, okay.
No. Sorry. Yes. No, thank you. Yes, right. Up to Saturday morning. Okay. Thank you. Okay. Meaning all of that was not encouraging. You know, this is the predictive overrise.
Okay.
Mind. The problem is that, you know what? If you ask me what is this, for the time being, I don't know. So this was kept, okay?